All right, we are live. Let me go ahead and do the countdown real quick. Get this show started. Okay, we are live. Y'all always say, Wiley always say, listen, I'm drinking plenty water. So I've been going to and from the restroom. So y'all, my apologies if I'm being late because my doctor wanted me to be on a drink plenty water. I'm not, my water intake has been really low. So I've been a little dehydrated. So I'm up there drink. I have to drink plenty water. So I'm gonna try not to drink this down, okay? Because I've been going to and from. Okay, I'll be going to and from the restroom. So we are live, and I want to say good morning to y'all. We got a lot of stuff to say. Okay. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to get into today. I just want to say good morning. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. I mean, y'all are really watching the Wiley Show. Y'all are checking the show out. Y'all are subscribing. Y'all are watching. We just reached 25,000 subs. So we want to say congratulations to each and every one of y'all for subscribing. We do believe that we will be at 30,000 of real subscribers. Okay. We don't buy or purchase subscribers over here. I don't even know how to buy it. Do we go to the corner store and buy? Do you go on the website and buy? We don't buy. Everything that we have is organic over here. Okay. All right. So we are slowly but surely growing. And so when we reach the 25,000 mark, I was happy. And then I'm going to unhide my subscribers once I feel the need to unhide it. But right now, we're going to stay focused on the topic. Okay. So I had the pleasure of watching the lead attorney, and he was breaking some things down about Unwind with Tasha K, because it was this rumor that came out that she make $170 some thousand dollars. Hold on, so let me make sure I get the right amount. They saying this woman makes a year. Give me a second because I made it in the title, so I just want to make sure that she make 140,000 a year. And let me tell you why that's just not true. People need to do their research. Now, it is a site that you can go on Social Blend. Social Blend is not an accurate source of information. They only give you an estimation, and most of the time they are wrong. Now, let's accumulate. Now, the lead attorney, he posts his money on his show. He posts his amount. So I want to read what he posts. This is public. He posted it to his subscribers, so I didn't dox him or anything. This is something that he posted. He said, when I was at 10,000 subs, I made $3,322. When I was at 25,000 subscribers, I made $10,293. When I was at 50,000 subs, the lead attorney said he made $20,643. When he was at 100,000 subs, he made $51,471. Now, that's just the lead attorney. All right. This is the lead attorney money just organically off of YouTube, not in count for his Patreon, which is at $7,000 a month, and not in counting his consultation that he charged for $350 an hour, and not in count of his YouTube mentorship program, which he charged for a couple of $100, right? So all of that's not going to be accounted in Social Blend. And even with that number, just YouTube alone, they do not have the correct number. Now, Tasha K platform is 5 times larger than the lead attorney. All right. So let's just imagine $100,000, $51,000 a month. Tasha K have 900,000 subscribers. So let's just say, hold on. Let's just say right near 50,000. Let's just account that 50,000 times 12. That's $600,000 the lead attorney makes a year off of YouTube. Tasha K probably make on YouTube, let's just say $600,000 times, let me just time that by 5. She probably makes about $3 million a year on YouTube. All right, or more. Now, it's something else that people do not account and social blend do not give you details. Sponsorships. How much money does her sponsorships make her? How much money do she charge in Pangea, Olive Leaf Extract, Sweet Bitch Wines, Sweet Scentbird? How much money do she got? Now, I don't know the details of how much from Kiwi Studios. I don't know. I'm only gonna give you an estimate. I believe that she charged at least to about $75,000 to $80,000 for about 6 to 7 months worth of promotion. So let's just say, point of argument that and Pangea pay her $60,000. Okay, let's just say Olive Extract pay her $50,000. Let's just say Sweet Bitch paid, let's just say that $50,000. I just put estimates. That's $160,000 in sponsorships alone. So let's just be real here. She have the money to pay Cardi B if she want to go and write the check. If she want to write the check today, she got the money. This is the reason why she's not on here begging for super chats or cash apps or begging people to go on a GoFundMe. Now, if she didn't have the money, she probably would say, you know what, let's get a GoFundMe. Winos, I need y'all help. We got some money that we had to pay back, and this is the amount that we had to pay. Didn't have to do a GoFundMe. Didn't have to ask people to donate. She didn't ask not one person to contribute to the platform and donate. Now, many people were saying that she don't have insurance. I 100% agree that she have to have liability insurance. And let me tell you why. Anytime that you have an LLC or if you have a company, somebody with good common sense will say, you know what, you should get some liability insurance. So just in case you get a lawsuit, that you can just protect your money. And so the insurance company pay it out and now you paying out of pocket. The average person that have an LLC and making the type of money that Tasha K is making, oh, she most definitely have liability insurance. All right. Now, I can't confirm or deny that or ask her that because, again, I'm not going to ask her that. And I'm just going to say this. Sister Girl got some liability insurance. Sister Girl is protecting her assets if she have to. And she also got good advertising money plus YouTube money coming in. And then people were saying you can't make money on YouTube. Just because you're not making money on YouTube does not mean you can't make money on YouTube. It's many different people that are making thousands upon thousands of dollars on YouTube. Storm Road income was able to come out. He make over 6 figures, almost 6 figures a month. When that Jaguar Wright situation came out, his YouTube checks was in the 6 figures. When that Jaguar Wright stuff happened, and now he probably make an average probably $50,000 to $60,000 a month. This is just my estimation of what I heard during the grapevine. So if you really put the time in, you really know how to live stream, and people super chatting you left and right, and they're becoming memberships they can give. And one thing that I'm learning in this game, because I really didn't know how to make money on YouTube like that, you got to put your ads, you got to make sure your ads is in there. Because at one point I wouldn't even put ads in my videos. I would just drop a video and forget about it. You got to put ads in your video. You got to promote your membership. That's another form of income that you can have. And then also your Patreon, another form of income. And then also people be asking me, Wiley, can you teach me how to do a YouTube channel? So then I charge. Now I'm starting to charge for that. At one point, I didn't charge for that. I just get on the phone. People talk for about 3 to 4 hours and tell them what you should do in their platform, how you should do it, how you should get to your 1,000, how you can get to be monetized, et cetera, for free. But now I don't do it for free anymore. So if a person call me now, I pay it. You got to at least pay you got to pay for my time. At least I'm talking about for me to spend an hour on the phone with you, you got to pay me $100 for that 60-minute conversation, because I'm going to just drop gems. All right. So when it comes to Tasha K, she's making good money on YouTube. She's making good money in advertisement. So if she wanted to write that check to Cardi B, I want to say it again, she can write the check today and say, here you go, your $3.8 million. That's not going to bankrupt her. And see, what people underestimate Tasha K, they think that she's a stupid Black woman, that she don't have no good common sense when it comes to her business. And that's not the case. Sister Girl is doing really good with her business. She have advertisers. You're not going to pay for all these big productions and they're paying you $100 to promote their product. They're paying thousands of dollars to get their products promoted. She have the money. She's not dumb when it comes to her business. Many people assume that, and it was one YouTuber I was watching. They went on Social Blend and they said out of their mouth, "Well, it's right because they predict my earnings. They predicted so right. So I know what they promote on Social Blend is the truth." It's not the truth, Sister Girl. Just because they promoted that you only make $300 a month does not mean that Social Blend is accurate. And you can make more than $300, $800 a month. It's possible. You got to put the time and energy and serve your audience. You cannot be lazy. You have to really put the time in. I know for me, I've been putting the time and energy. I'm putting all into YouTube. They said put all. I put it on 10. That's why I'm up here early in the morning doing some more content, talking to y'all. Okay. We've been nonstop. I think I took a day off just to catch up on some sleep, and we're back at it. So you can make money on this and make six figures. And plus, it's just like the sky's the limit what you can make here on YouTube if you know how to do it right. It's 100% agreeable. Now, Judge Joe Brown. Do anybody know who Judge Joe Brown is? Do we have anybody in the chat that remember who is Judge Joe Brown? Give me a second. Do anybody know who Judge Joe Brown is? Because we talk about the money, right? Now, let's talk about this appeal. Many non-lawyers were saying that, oh, Tasha going to lose this appeal. Tasha K is going to lose this appeal. Finally, we have a lawyer that was went to law school, that was a judge, not just a TV judge, was a judge in his city or his county. And he said, we should look at New York versus, oh my gosh, let me make sure. Give me a second. Is it Sylvia? Hold on, I want to make sure I get the name right. But anyway, hold on. I think I got the New York versus Sylvia. Hope I'm saying it right. I'm saying it right? But I'm about to show y'all real quick. Give me a second. So for y'all to understand about this appeal. Okay, here we go. So if you can see right here that it was a 1964 landmark freedom of press case in New York Times versus, I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Y'all see it right there. The court held the First Amendment protects newspapers even when they print false statement, as long as the newspaper did not act with actual malice. So this case is the case that he quoted, and he's saying that, Tasha K can win this appeal because all she have to prove that she didn't have any malice with this. And so that keyword malice, you have to prove that Tasha K had malice. There you go, right then and there. So I'm gonna zoom in for y'all can see this. Okay, that it's a case that Tasha K team will use, and when it comes to, even if this have to go to the Supreme Court, that they're going to use this in the appeal. I don't know which appeal is going to definitely do this. So we definitely had to prove, did Tasha K have malice? They had to prove that. Did she have malice when it came to this? So this will be used. This court, remind you of this court case. This case, this landmark freedom of press case in New York Times, is definitely going to be used in the appeal, and it will have to prove that Tasha K had any malice. Did she have malice? If they cannot prove that Tasha K had malice, then Tasha K will get off of that judgment in appeal. And then Tasha K said something, if this have to go to the Supreme Court. This is a landmark freedom of press case. New York Times were sued back in 1964. So this is something. So we will have to see how that's going to play out in the courts when it comes to her appeal process. She already have the money to pay Cardi B. That's not the case. She is definitely here for doing this, okay? So I'm just saying, and you could just read that whole case and you can get questions about it. And this is even went back to the civil rights era. This was LB Sylvia, Sylvian. Hope I'm saying his name right. Was one of the three people in charge of the police in Montgomery. He sued New York Times for libel printing something that we knew was false, will cause harm. The ad did not mention his name, but LB, I'm gonna just call him LB because I just cannot pronounce the last name. I'm sorry, you guys. Claimed that the ad implied his responsibility for actions of the police. He said the ad damaged. Okay, let's go. Hold on one second. Let me show y'all this one I'm reading from. Do I have? Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna just call him LB because that's his first name. All right. So LB claimed that the ad implied his responsibility for actions of the police. He said the ad damaged his reputation in the community. In the Alabama court, I'm gonna just call him LB, won his case in the New York Times in order to pay $500,000 in damages. The New York Times appealed the decision. Remember, appealed the decision to the U.S. Supreme Court. The newspaper argued that it had no intention of hurting LB. Okay, the newspaper had no reason to believe that the advertising included false statements, so it did not check the accuracy. That's what Tasha K lawyer is going to argue. The Times argued that if a newspaper have to check the accuracy of every criticism of every public official, a free press will be severely limited. Okay, in an anonymous decision, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in favor of the New York Times. In order to prove libel, a public official must show that the newspaper acted with actual malice. That is, with knowledge that it was false or with reckless disregard for truth. The court asserted America's profound national commitment to the principle that debate on public issues should be uninhibited, robust, and wide open. Free and open debate about the conduct of public officials. The court reason was more important than the occasional honest factual errors that might hurt or damage officials' reputation. Here we go. So they're going to have to prove that Tasha K had knowledge that Cardi B had herpes, that she had this knowledge that Cardi B does not have herpes, but I'm going to say it anyhow. They're going to have to prove that Tasha K in the appeal, because this is going to the appeal. It may even go to the Supreme Court. All right? They're going to be an appeal because you know LB, okay? LB sued the New York Times back in what was the year? 1964. And he was awarded $500,000 in damages. And he said, I'm going to appeal this decision to the U.S. Supreme Court. And the U.S. Supreme Court sided with the New York Times. So I'm going to just put this and just erase the New York Times and put in Tasha K. I'm going to erase LB and put in Cardi B. So Cardi B team going to have to prove that Tasha K had malice. And this is not going to be in front of a jury because a jury could be easily manipulated by tears because Cardi B was on the stand crying. Talking about she was so hurt and so much pain and that she couldn't make love to her husband because of what Tasha K said. That still ain't proved no malice. So you can manipulate a jury. It's easy to manipulate a jury because the jury, none of them went to law school. None of them know the law of this. Now, when the appeal process, you're going to be in front of a judge in the appeal process. Or in some cases, judges with an S if it goes into the Supreme Court. All right? So, this is going to be really, really interesting. And so when Judge Joe Brown came out with the case, and he said, I think it's Sullivan. I hope that's it. You know, New York Times versus Sullivan. I believe I'm saying it right. And when he said that, my instincts went, okay, let me Google this case. Let me Google and see what happened with LB Sullivan when he sued the New York Times. He was awarded in civil court $500,000 in damages. And that's some good money back. And you're talking about going back in the 1960s. So that's good money. $500,000 back in the 60s is like a couple of million if you look at the cost of living back in the day. So this was a 1964 decision when it comes to, and this is a freedom of press. So this the court held that the First Amendment protect newspapers even when they print false statements, as long as the newspaper did not act with actual malice. Come on now. So what is actual malice? Well, let's look it up. Give me a second. Okay. Where's it? Okay. And then we got a case. You can even go, it's so many other cases. Actual malice is not required for private figures. This is the standard. Actual malice is the legal standard established by the Supreme Court for libel cases to determine when public officials or public figures may recover damages in lawsuits against the news media. Okay. Now, private citizens, actual malice is not required for private figures. All right. But when it comes to public figures like Cardi B, she's going to have to prove actual malice. Even in Georgia, it's a high standard. And so I believe that the jury got it wrong because they don't know the actual research of malice. They don't understand that term. You can ask the average juror over there, don't understand that term. What they understand, Cardi B cried, Cardi B took a test, and it proved that she did not have the H word. But did Tasha K have actual malice? When she did this report, was it actual malice that Tasha K had? So my question to y'all that's gonna call in, and if we get some legal scholar, because I'm not a legal scholar, I listened to Judge Joe Brown, and he quoted the New York Times versus Sullivan. And they were awarded in the 1964 $500,000 the New York Times had to pay. But then Mr. Sullivan sued and appealed this process. He appealed it, and he lost in the appeal. I'm sorry, the New York Times appealed the decision, and they won in the appeal all the way up to the Supreme Court. They sided with the New York Times. So when Tasha K gave her speech, she said, even if it goes to the New York Times, we can take it all the way. I'm sorry. Even if it goes to the Supreme Court, we will take it there to the Supreme Court. And I said, why did she name the Supreme Court? Because her team is actually having meetings. Now, I don't know this, but a good lawyer would say, well, it's some cases that came up that we can quote, and that we have a standard here that we can look at, and we can look at none other than the New York Times versus Sullivan. Okay? So we're going to see how it is. Okay. So beginning with the anonymous decision, New York Times Company versus Sullivan, 1964, the Supreme Court has held the public officials cannot recover damage for libel without providing that a statement was made with actual malice, defined as which knowledge that it was false. Meaning, so let me break this down to people that's in here. Okay? Or with reckless disregard, or whether it was false or not. They're going to have to prove, when Tasha K sat down with Star Marie, that in her mind, she knew it was false, but she ran with the story anyway. They got to prove that she had that intent, that lie, and say, well, I know it's a lot, but I'm gonna still put it out there, Star Marie. I'm gonna still put it out there that it is that way. It is this. They're gonna have to prove that. Now, if I was Tasha K. Lloyd, we didn't take any results, and I couldn't fact. I'm doing an interview, and in my First Amendment right to do an interview, I cannot fact check every guest that comes on my show. If we fact check everything that everybody say between, how can we become free press when we had to fact check and double check and triple check and all that type of stuff? That will mostly be on Star Marie, and they'll probably even tell Cardi that you sued the wrong person. You should have sued Star Marie. And so this is what I want to say. I personally believe that Cardi B did not think, she thought that Tasha K is stupid. Just like some of these YouTubers think that Tasha K is dumb. She probably said, this woman is so dumb. She's going to run away. She is not going to fight this in an appeal. She's going to lose it. She's not going to do it. She's going to pay me my money and run away. She did not thinking that Tasha K team is already strategizing of winning the war. She may have lost the battle, but she's going to win the war. And see what Cardi B think. She think that Tasha K is going to go away and pay her that $4.8 million and just go ahead and move on. That's not the case. In Tasha K mind, with her opinions of her legal team, with people that is hired Olga and them, and I may get Olga a chance. They may say, we need to take this out of the trial courts and we need to take this to the appellate court because this needs to be an appeal. This needs to go. We know we might lose this. We may need to take this. We got to file an appeal because we're not going to get a fair chance in a trial court because they're not going to understand as the average juror. They're not going to understand actual malice. They're just going to see Cardi B up there crying, talking about she couldn't give Offset none of that WAP. And that her psychologist didn't give her no medicine, but came with a treatment plan because she was so distraught and I had to do a treatment plan and all that. So in them, they work good with the emotions of the jurors, and most of them is women. So you put women on the jury and you got another woman on there crying, talking about she's going on. I understand that. So we're going to open up the phone lines, but I just had to just put this out there. I'm like, wow, Tasha K may win an appeal. This may go because we look at New York versus Sullivan when New York Times was sued. And you talking about Tasha K as a world-renowned brand. New York Times is world-renowned and everything. And they won. They could have paid the $500,000, but they didn't do nothing wrong. They went on and they filed an appeal. Woo! Let me drink some of my water. I'm excited. I was super excited. I'm like, go ahead, Judge Joe Brown, because the average viewer, they're not going to research where he quoted. They just going to be like, oh, Judge Joe Brown don't know what he's talking about. But on the Wiley Show, we're going to bring you the research. Okay? So I personally believe that she's going to win in the appeal process. And people kept saying, she got out there and she lied. Y'all are listening to Section A reporters with microphones not even connected. Y'all are listening to reporters that's coming up there to the courthouse with an already preconceived bias towards Tasha K. They're not going to give you word for word of what Tasha K said on the stand. They're going to give you highlights. No, baby girl, no, brother. Give me detail of what she said word for word. And what did Tasha K lawyer say? Word for word. None of them gave you word for word. They gave you bits and pieces. And this is why I need to see the transcripts. So once the transcripts come available, y'all donate so we can buy the transcripts. I'm hearing that it's expensive. So y'all go ahead and hit the cash app. I'm going to put on my Dr. Umar on, okay, so we can read those transcripts, because what they're trying to paint this picture that Tasha K sat there and she lied and she threw her husband on the bus, but they never give you all the word for word. They just, oh, she lied. She threw her husband on the bus. It was a treasurer officer and they trying to throw you off. They still didn't give you word for word of what Tasha K said, word for word of what her husband said, word for word of what Cardi B said. They give you highlights of the testimony. And they all came with notebooks, but they so such a fan of Cardi B that they forgot to take the notes and read the notes word for word. Most of them came with notebooks. Some came with microphones that are not even connected, and they just want to run with the story. Now, I'm following this all the way to the Supreme Court. Okay? I want to read them transcripts. That's what I want to read. Because when you read the transcript from the court reporter, you get a clear picture of what happened in the courtroom. All right? And we definitely going to read them transcripts. So y'all make sure y'all $ Marquise Wiley 28 hit the cash app. Okay, so we can buy those transcripts. I'm hearing that it's quite expensive to get all them papers. It's hundreds, maybe even thousands worth of papers that we definitely going to have to read. Okay, so I'm going to open up the phone lines. Good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. I'm turned up. Okay, I worked an 8-hour shift, but soon as I got off, I said, wow, Judge Joe Brown, he said something. The New York Times versus Sullivan. And I said, let me Google it. And when I Googled it, I fell out of my chair. I said, wow, this is a good possibility that Tasha K will win in the Supreme Court. You better come. Next, they're going to be, quote, Tasha K, Unwind with Tasha K and KB Studios versus Becca Lease, a.k.a. Cardi B. It's an open chat, you guys. Open chat. I don't care if you trolling me, you roasting me. Open chat. Okay? Open chat. Thank you so much, moderators. Let them just talk. I know it's rough in the chat. I know they get me together in the chat. It's okay. Okay? All right. I know they getting me together in the chat, but let me open up the phone lines. So give me a second. I'm opening up these phone lines. If y'all do want to call in, do y'all want the phone lines open or do y'all want me to close the show? Okay, I just had to come with that with some research here when it comes to that. So hopefully the lead attorney will quote that because I don't think he quoted that because I don't think he quoted it. So lead attorney, you got some homework, baby. Go on and quote that case, okay? And let's get your side and see what you're gonna say on your platform. Lead attorney, because you say you an attorney, okay? You ain't give me your bar license number and all that. You say you are an attorney, okay? That's what you say, all right? We ain't seen no evidence to see that you graduated from law school, but we said anybody could wear a suit and a tie and print some papers and put it on their wall and call themselves an attorney. I'm just saying, okay? We can't even see what law school you're going to. No offense, but I'm saying anybody can put on a red tie and a shirt and say they're an attorney. I can do that and say I'm a prosecutor. I used to be a prosecutor for 30 years. Anybody can do that, all right? I'm just saying. So hopefully he quotes that case and he bring it to his audience. Let's just hope. Let's just hope. All right? But I'm making sure we bringing it to the producers, okay? Okay. 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 All right. I have to Google him. I'll Google him and see. I'm gonna Google him. I'm just talking, you guys. If he's an attorney, man, congratulations. All right, we're gonna open up these phone lines.
Your show now. Press 1 to hear.
Your show is scheduled to start in 28 seconds.
All right, 28 seconds. We are live. I told you when we get updates on this case, we're gonna bring it to y'all 100%. We definitely gonna bring it to y'all 100% on here. We definitely gonna. Okay, give me a second. Somebody's sending me. My producers are sending me stuff.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Okay. There we go. So the number is 646-716-8447. All right. All right. Good morning, you guys. So if you got kids in the back, go outside, okay, and do the live. I mean, go outside and call in because we want to. That irritates me hearing all that noise in the back. It really does. All right, because it distracted your point. All right. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Okay, 1838.
Hello, Wiley. This is Mr. Duval in the building.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, my good brother. I want to know, do I need to call back? Because I have a lot of thoughts on this Tasha K situation, including the Sullivan versus New York Times situation. Because I'm very familiar with that article and that concept. And so, if you need me to call back, or
you can speak on it. What you want to what you want to say? You say, because we're not gonna be here all day. I just want to give people thoughts on that and see, will that help? My question would be, will that help Tasha K? Will that case, Sullivan versus New York Times, help Tasha, or would it hurt her?
It will help her because, like I said, they have to prove balance. Just like I told you previously, when it comes to the word malice, you have to prove that you intentionally did something well before that you put the story out. So that means that herpes test would have had to been public before Tasha K did that interview with Star Marie, and that wasn't the case. And they could put precedent that when it comes to Azalea Bay said it first, why she didn't get sued. And so that's the appeal process they can use against, say Cardi B. And also, because of the judge, the way the judge spoke to her legal team saying that they need to go to law school and stuff, that tempered the jury, which made Tasha K, saying, have an unfair trial because, the jury was impartial because of what the judge has said to, say her legal team in front of the jury. Because one thing about it, when it comes to appeal process, it's about the process of how the court treated the case itself. And the process wasn't in the best shape based on what we found out from the court case that just happened.
I agree. And we still don't know the word for word Tasha K's testimony. But I'm speaking for the court of public opinion. When they do the appeal, they're going to look at it all. You know what I'm saying? They're going to review that case. Yeah. For us, for the court of public opinion, we need to see those transcripts because they made it seem like Tasha K threw her husband under the bus. They made it seem like Tasha K husband threw his wife under the bus. But we still don't know what was her testimony word for word. What was her husband's testimony word for word. But when they file this in appeal, they're going to review all of that.
Yeah, that's true. Because and what you also have to understand when you go to the appeals process, that the judge don't want to set precedent when it comes to these type of cases. Because like I said, they give this victory to Cardi B. What's to stop the next celebrity to sue somebody because they don't like an opinion of another YouTuber or another blogger? Like I say, it could really cause a lot of cases to be going through the courts, and they don't want to tie up the courts like that with all that money.
That's
like
true.
I said, when it comes to the appeal process, it's about the precedent that's being set. And a lot of times, and what people don't understand, a lot of times when it comes to the appeal, those judges and, so the people that rule against these cases in the Supreme Court, they are Republicans, so they are conservative. So their ideas of ideology is going to be conservative. They're going to more lean towards, saying back in the days ruling than they would present day ruling being liberals, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. And it may even fall in Tasha K place because if it goes to the Supreme Court, it's a lot of conservatives on the bench right now, or in the courts right now, and it may even favor her because they do have something to go back. They can go back to that New York Times versus Sullivan. They can go back to that because that particular case, I believe, fits this situation so well. Because let's agree here. Sullivan lost, had to pay. I'm sorry, New York Times lost. They had to pay $500,000, and they appealed that decision. See, what people thought is that Tasha K lost, and it is no appeal. No, when you lose, you can file an appeal. You can do that in civil court, and you can also do that in criminal court. So she have a verdict. She disagreed with the verdict, and they're going to take this and they're going to file an appeal. And so that's why I think that's people were saying, why Tasha K ain't doing an interview with the Wiley Show? Is because this is going to an appeal. So why speak about something that can hurt you when it's still an open, technically, there's still an open case.
Yeah, you're right when it comes to the appeal process, even in civil court, because there are 3 levels to the appeal process. Like I said, there's the circuit court where the actual case has happened. Then you got the federal court, which that's what the appeal happened with. If with the judge, then you got the Supreme Court, which happens with a 11 judge, panel. And so yes, this is far from over.
This is
But
far
what's
from
so
over.
funny to me when it comes to a Tasha K situation is all these bloggers that saying negative things about Tasha K when it comes to their case situation, it screams jealousy. It screams, people that's mad because at the end of the day, they can't beat Tasha. And not to throw this other person out there, but if I'm Lovely T, I'll be offended. And the reason why I'd be offended because at the end of the day, if Tasha is no longer on YouTube, when people saying, hey, take Tasha K YouTube channel and everything else, if Lovely T be back on top again, they having the mindset, hey, we can surpass Lovely T. Somebody else did it, why we can't do it? But Tasha K been on top since 2018, and people know they can't surpass it because they don't have a talent or they don't have a production.
All right. I would thank you, Brother Duval, for giving your side. If you think of something else, you definitely always welcome to call back in. All right. Good morning to you. All right. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to go to Anonymous. You live on air. Anonymous. Okay. You're not ready. 3071.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
I just want to say a few things. Tasha, the first thing she did wrong was she didn't take down the videos when she was asked. Second, coming at the lead attorney the way that she did, being very disrespectful. Third, not hiring Black attorneys. I don't know why she thought that the attorneys she had would be able to successfully fight her case. Third, now, as someone mentioned in the comments, now I see why Nikki wanted no parts of her. And maybe she was doing all of this to, get in Nikki's good graces. Because you remember she was supposed to go on Queen Radio and she blurted that out. And Nikki said, no, you can't come. And I believe T.S. Madison had gone on there also. And maybe they were supposed to go at the same time. But I see why Nikki cut that off because she wanted no parts. Had Tasha gone on that show, they would have tried to bring Nikki into, Nikki, you're trying to help destroy Cardi B, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I do like Tasha, but I feel as though she was wrong and it was malicious because she did not take down the videos. Whether somebody said it before Tasha or not, Cardi B has the right to sue whoever she wants. She doesn't have to sue the first person, doesn't have to sue the last. She sued who she wanted to sue. I think it's a little odd, you went on ahead, you sued a Black woman, and that Black woman was putting business out there about your husband that you didn't like. This is just my opinion. I don't know anything about her taxes. I hate the tax people. I think anyone who talks about somebody owing taxes, I think that's wrong. Unless you work for IRS, and if you're putting that information out, then you need to be fired. Unless you have been able to pull up Tasha's taxes and sees that she owes, then there should be no reason for you to say that she owes unless you just want her to be broke. And I think that's a lot of that's what some people want her to be. They want her to be broke. They want her to lose from this, want her to start back from the bottom. I don't want any Black person or anyone to be broke. Pay your fine, pay what you were supposed to pay, and move on and do better. Another thing, I don't know if Tasha threw her husband under the bus. I wasn't in the court. People in the comments weren't in the court. If they were, then show us something that says that she did. But I really can't have. I like Tasha and I want to have sympathy for her, but I can't because
I want to say this. Nicki Minaj, if it was problems, in my humble opinion, Nicki would not get on the phone with Tasha K, which she did have way after the Queen's radio. Nicki would not be following Tasha. Nicki still followed Tasha K. So if it was any problems or issues, Nicki Minaj will cease all communication with Tasha, and she haven't. So that'll just show you right there that Nicki Minaj is still entertained by Tasha, and she definitely, now they probably had a conversation about what she said, and she cleared that up when she went live and said, "I got some updated information about Mr. Petty, and I felt that he was another miscarriage of justice, that he was done wrong because of his legal team." And she came out and said, "I'm on his side." So I think she had a conversation with Nikki. Nikki sent her some information, and she came out and she cleared that up on her to her White House. Many people forget that episode, but I remember the episode like it was yesterday.
But okay, so yes, if Nikki still follows her and people believe that it's entertainment, then there are people who have talked about Nikki so bad that Cardi B follows, so she finds entertainment in it as well. I don't see it as that. I just see it as you follow who you want to follow. Maybe some, because Tasha does. I follow Tasha. There are a lot of things that she do that I don't agree with, but there are some things that I do like, so I do follow her. So maybe that's why Nikki follows who she does and Cardi B follows who she does. But at the end of it all, Tasha just needs to go ahead and pay Cardi what she's owed. Forget about appealing, because you're appealing with the same people who you lost with. If you're going to appeal, you better go get that black lead attorney and Judge Joe Brown, and that's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much. The number is 646-716-8447. 0122.
Yes, hi, Wally. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful this morning.
Yes, I just basically want to say, like, Tasha didn't actually owe no one an explanation. She didn't actually have to come out and say that what she feels that she wanted to do in terms of, like, saying that she would take it to the court, the higher court appeals in terms of, like, Supreme Court. She didn't have to owe nobody explanation. She just kept going on her way and just kept it moving. That's all she had to do.
Hello, you there?
Yeah, so that's basically my input.
Okay.
And also the thing with Nicki Minaj, I think that she was very petty with Nicki Minaj. So she's basically following Nicki Minaj because she's not following Cardi B, and that was very rude of her to talk about Nicki Minaj's husband like that. That wasn't very nice of her. So I think Nicki Minaj should stop following Tasha K.
All right, we thank you so very much.
What is your opinion? Do you think Nicki Minaj should stop following Tasha K? Because she talked Tasha K talked very bad about her husband.
She did, and she corrected. She did, but did you see the video when she took up for the husband? Once she got us some updated information.
Where's that video? We
that video was online with Tasha K. She went live and she talked about the case. I would definitely DM it to you. So make sure you DM me on Instagram. Once I find that video, I would definitely DM it to you. You probably didn't watch it, and that's understandable. But I'm just telling you, she got updated information, and she took up for Kenneth Petty, and it was an amazing show. So once I get that video after the show, I would definitely send it to you. So just DM me on Instagram at Wiley Show.
So can you put on your page or put on your community tab?
Okay, I will do that too. Yes, I will do that. Once I get it, I'm gonna go post it on my community wall.
So do you think Tasha K should proceed with the Supreme Court appeal?
Absolutely, she should appeal this. Yes.
Why?
Because I do believe, did you listen, that it's a case similar to Tasha K, even though it was versus the New York Times versus Sullivan. This case can literally and can go all the way to the appeal process, all the way up to the Supreme Court. So that case was back in 1964, which Sullivan sued the New York Times, and actually New York Times had to pay $500,000. New York Times appealed that, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and they sided with the New York Times because they said you have to prove that they had malice with that case when you are a public figure, and when you are a public figure, when you are I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of the word, like, are you a celebrity or a public figure, you use that. That's, you have to prove that person has malice to come after you.
Mm-hmm. And what about in terms of Tasha K turning off her subscribers account? What do you think about that on YouTube? Do you think she should turn it off?
No, she did turn it off. It's still up there. 995,000 subscribers. She's only 5,000 subscribers away from 1 million. That's wonderful.
Yeah, but don't you think she should turn it off? So everybody want to know, like, if she go down even more further.
She never did turn it off. So why start now?
because the people started unfollowing her. That's why. What
I
if
don't
she
think
go
she
down
should.
to like
I don't think she'll turn it off.
8K?
They have 5,000 people already unsubscribed. No more going to do that. She's going to be at 1 million by in the next 3 weeks.
If you say so. Thank you.
All right, thank you so very much, sister. Okay, now she come up here and try to give me an interview. 5271.
Hey, how you doing, Wiley?
Good morning. I'm doing wonderful.
Hey, you talked about this case that I never heard of. Tasha K did say she wanted to appeal. I think she should. I don't know if she's going to have the same lawyers or not, but I think starting off, it wasn't meant to be malicious. But I don't. I heard it. I heard the case wasn't about defamation. I heard it was about basically saying that she had a sexually transmitted disease. Cardi B has every right to sue whoever she wants to sue, but the thing is, Cardi B want to shut black people up. She want to shut everybody up. She don't want to be talked about in a negative light. Period. I believe if Cardi B would have just ignored this, then all of this wouldn't have happened. And I believe that for that 3 million whatever is totally out of pocket. And the reason why is because, all right, okay, she could sue for the herpes thing or whatever, and she, says she don't have it, whatever. All right, cool. But how she said she couldn't sleep with her husband, she was suicidal, she was this. When all of this stuff was going on, Cardi B career kept going up and up and up, and even started a movie. So I'm just really confused about all of this. Now, and another thing too, I can't wait till the transcripts come out, because all of these men that was at the courtroom, it don't seem like they was fair to me. They just kept throwing Tasha K under the bus, which I really don't care about all of that. My thing is, I do think that not Cardi B, Tasha K lawyers was not up to par. That's one. I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody said that the judge had liked Cardi B's song with Bruno Mars. He shouldn't even been a judge, because to me, that's being biased. They should have got a judge that don't even know who the hell Cardi B is. So another thing too, I just think the judgment was too much. 3 million, I think that was just totally just too much. I think Tasha K, I don't know. To be fair, Cardi B, did talk to her several times, like, listen, can you just take it down? Can you just take it down? But Tasha K stood her ground. She stood her ground. Because Joe Budden had just said something the other day about this whole case. And she coming out already saying that she's a mother. She ain't lazy. Nobody called you lazy. Cardi B is very sensitive, and she's a celebrity. So people are going to talk about you. People even make stuff up. I've seen stuff in the magazines growing up. I've seen stuff in the magazines. When you go to the supermarket, you see them little magazines that's in the aisles, and you read them real quick while before you're about to pay for your food. They say all types of stuff. So another thing, the last caller said that, and then I'm going to get off of here. It just seemed like, to me, they just trying to shut, certain people up in the media, to me. And that sexual, that herpes thing or whatever, they said that it didn't really come from Tasha K first. It came from other sources. And, everybody is right. You can sue who you want. You don't have to say, well, this person said it, why you're not suing on. Why did she sue her? You know, now Tasha K did go a little pretty, did go did go hard on Cardi. She did go hard on Cardi, but she should have just ignored all of that. We're going to continue to talk about Cardi B because certain people don't like her, but Cardi B has a lot of people that like her. And guess what? I guess I'm being biased because I would never like somebody that called black women, which I am, cockroaches. I would not like anybody that sit up there. Another black man was, I think, did an interview with her. They said something about parenting. They wasn't even talking about her child or anything. And she went off and wished AIDS on that man's family, on the mom. She said, I hope your mom catch AIDS. Who does that?
All right. Well,
Another thing, and
Okay.
drug men.
Okay, thank you.
She went
That's
online. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Because she gonna go on and on. 1137 caller, you on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wiley, it's Rhonda. How you doing?
Doing all right.
Good. Okay. Tasha, I think Tasha, and you know how I feel. I'm Team Tasha. I think Tasha should appeal it 110% because that $3.8 million judgment, that was excessive. But listen, I shared with Conscious the other day, and I'm gonna share it with you. My sister watches it, and my two adult children. It's like everybody's on different camps because it's Tasha, and then not necessarily Cardi B, but it's how Tasha communicates and how this Cardi B situation rolled out. And I'm not going to go in detail about what they're saying. I'm just saying we've got kind of two camps here in my family. And but I am Team Tasha. I think that $3.8 million needs to be appealed. It's got to be because that's excessive. I mean, that's insane. And I'm glad that you guys were able to pull up a case. You did mention between the New York Times and Sullivan. What year was that?
That was back in if you go all the way back, that's 1964. And that case was actually quoted by Judge Joe Brown. And I just researched it. I was like, okay. Yeah, public figures, I'm just reading right here. Public officials cannot win libel cases without proof of actual malice. So I don't believe that they proved that with Cardi B team. So we're going to see how this is going to be an appeal process. This is going to be some more days of actually talking about this.
You know, I think it's great. We have to keep talking about it. I think the what's underneath all this is free speech. And I think we've got to keep digging through it and talking about it. Now, I want to see the transcripts. I want to see, when are they going to make those transcripts public? Do you know?
I don't know. I thought it was already public, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is.
Okay, well then I'm gonna dig in because I think we can't rely on what Choke No Joke and whoever that other guy with the glasses and they're not digging in transcripts and reading anything. They're just out there team Cardi, and they went and then they made comments and stood outside the courthouse and sat in the court for a while. But I want to go through those transcripts. And I think I will do that. I'm going to take a look at that because I think we need to see what actually happened in that court. Because these bloggers, those that were pro Cardi, they were making comments that was one-sided. And in my camp, of course I'm pro Tasha, but I've got my sister is on the fence because my sister, and I'm going to be honest with you, my sister, she's going to stick with Tasha because the judgment's too high. But she believes that Tasha was too hard on Cardi B. She does. So when I look at those transcripts, we're going to have two sides of this. We're going to have two opinions. And I think I'm going to dig into that. And I think I might do that, Wiley, and really highlight that on my channel, publish it and highlight those transcripts because we cannot judge what these guys say. Choke No Joke and those guys because they were pro Tasha. I want to read what actually happened. I want to hear and the judge liked Cardi B. How do we know that the judge liked Cardi B's song? Did he say that in court openly?
Well, I don't know if he said I hadn't read the transcript because I wasn't there, so we definitely have to see about that.
All right. Well, Wally, that's all I got to say. Thanks for showing up this morning and giving us some entertainment. You have a good day.
Okay. All right. So the number
Bye.
is 6467. Thank you. 646-716-8447. We have open chat this morning. So we letting the people talk this morning. And also, too, make sure y'all thumbs up the video and call in if you want to call in and give your side. If you got something to say, only thing we ask when you call in, no profanity, because if you call in with profanity, I gotta boot you off. All right. If you call in with that profanity too much. All right. 6268, call you on air.
Hello, good morning,
Good
Wally.
morning.
Okay, this is what I gotta say. Once the real facts, see, the public knows, the ghetto knows Cardi B, but the public don't know Cardi B because she has been portrayed as this politician, activist, a nice girl just doing pop music, innocent, funny. This is what they built her up to be, this fabulous person. But once the first of all, the Supreme Court, I'm not surprised about Judge Joe Brown because I don't even need to hear his interview. He already know that was out of order. What the judge did, the court was biased. You cannot say things like that as a judge to lawyers in front of a jury. That was ridiculous. Knowingly, this poor girl, Star Marie, was kicked by Cardi B. If I was her lawyers, I would bring up all of the factual things that this girl has actually done so the picture won't be portrayed as her being this glorified person in the community. Cardi B is the worst of the worst. Y'all saying about a court case. I like to bring up Penthouse Magazine court case when he was calling those priests all kinds of F words and everything, and he took it to the Supreme Court. And first the priests had won, and then when he took it to the Supreme Court, they overruled that situation. And 100% this situation is going to be overruled once the Supreme Court see what this judge did, how biased he was. It's just ridiculous, and I'm furious that poor Star Marie couldn't get justice for being attacked. It's not that much probation in the world. I would have had to go back to jail, but I would have had to get myself in trouble. I would have not stitched it up. I wouldn't have snitched it up. I would have stitched it up on everybody that jumped me. I'm probation or nothing, and I wish that a probation officer could look into that and this girl could receive justice getting kicked. And Cardi B just think that black people are roaches and she just gonna step on.
Like Star Marie, we don't know to trust her because she just, I don't know about Star Marie because this woman
They're trying to portray her mental illness.
She said that she had problems with her mental illness. She have said that she have said that on multiple channels, and I'm like, girl, you were gone forever, and now you back once the case is over. Well, technically the case is not over because they're Tasha K have filed an appeal, so we'll see how they're gonna go.
What the government want to diagnose her mental state as. She's still a decent, functional person. A lot of people that's diagnosed mentally ill is functional people. Superstar Wiley, okay? and the government going to label me. You understand? They all, everybody with once a mental illness episode, they want to keep that going. That girl is so intelligent, so decent, so kind, so nice, and she was taken advantage of, and it was blown out of proportion. The girl was a herbalist into natural things, and she was just trying to tell a person how to get rid of a cold sore. And unfortunately, a cold sore is called a herpes. And that's just the factual bottom line. Now, what happened after that was two feisty women getting into an argument, and Cardi B think her money is going to take this woman down, but it's not. It's not. 100%. Thank you for the time, Wally.
Thank you. All right. The number is 646-716-8447. We're going to the next caller. 738-7389.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good morning.
Good morning. I have a couple of things to say. First, I want to start with the judge. One of the callers stated a lot of my points. I'm going to try not to completely read saying, but the judge, when they keep saying the judge was biased, I think they're confusing the fact of confusing bias with when the judge gets the case, he has to review all the information before it's brought to the jurors and everything. And his view on this was reviewing the case and all the evidence placed before him. He was stating that reviewing this case, he believed that Tasha was going to lose the case. He wasn't being biased. He was giving her his honorable, I guess, views on the case and asked her, did she want to settle? She didn't. Now, everyone keeps saying, why didn't she sue Star Marie? She can still sue Star Marie, but also, as we stated, this costs a lot of legal money and things. She knows Star doesn't have the money, so Cardi's going to be out the legal fees and whatever punitive damage she get 9 times out of 10 because Star Marie cannot pay him. And when you're saying malice and that you think that this Sullivan case, first your byline on this is deceiving because Joe, if you watch that video, Judge Brown did not in any way defend Tasha K or Cardi B. He called both of them heifers.
He called them heifers, but he quoted a case.
He was only reciting the case, just like you're doing.
But he cited that case in defense of Tasha. You know what I'm saying? It's like to be known that the jury got it wrong. So that's why, if you heard what he said, because baby, when he cited that case, I did my homework on that case. I'm like, oh my gosh, Tasha may win in the appeal press. Thank you, Judge Joe Brown, for that homework. I actually researched the case, and we're the first blog that did a deep dive on the case, on this particular case that was brought up.
Well, okay, but wait a minute. No, he's fighting the case like any lawyer, and other ones have to go and research previous cases. The Judge Joe Brown saying that does not mean that this case needs to be overturned due to the Sullivan case. Because also, if you look into the Sullivan case, and even what you're saying for yourself, there has to be proven that there is no malicious intent. In this case, what the jurors found her guilty of is indeed saying that she is guilty of the malice. So
not necessarily. Okay, not necessarily. But that's how that's going to be proved in the appeal, and they will make a decision when you file an appeal. Like, did Tasha K have some malicious intent? Did she have malice in there? And if they say she doesn't, which we do believe that she's going to win this appeal process, that's going to make Cardi B look dumb. If I were Cardi B, I will hurry up and release that album because I'm not going to want to lose an appeal process after you went out there and you thanked all your fans with your mask on, telling people and all that, didn't even take your mask off to take pictures with your fans, but that's okay. So she better hurry up and release her album because if this come out and Tasha K beat her in the appeal process and she ain't got to pay Cardi B nothing, that's embarrassing for Cardi.
True that, but also you have to understand though, when in appellate court, this is almost like a challenge in a football game. Even though you're citing the Sullivan case, you got to understand they are going to have to prove enough reason that there was no malice and vicious and malicious intent to overturn it. She's already been convicted, so the appellate court can still deny this, saying that it was sufficient that that the verdict was handed down under sufficient circumstances. So in other words, just because the Sullivan case is quoted and just because you say they have to prove malicious, in reality, they're going to have to prove enough to overturn the verdict.
All right. Well, we thank you so very much. Good morning to you, ma'am, for calling in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Well, we have the Judge Joe Brown said that, so we repeat the judge. I'm on the side of the judge. 7423 calling you on the air. 7423.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. I am not on either side. I think it's a very, very interesting case. I put in your chat, I think 2 days ago, a very interesting person that I think you or Tasha K might want to review. He's on YouTube, and he's an attorney. And his name is Dennis Sprung, Sperling, Spurling, because he was making mention a couple of months ago in regards to this case, and he actually ended up doing a stream specifically to Tasha after the case had been decided. According to his first stream a couple of months ago, he had two attorneys. They were both Black, and they were both, I believe, in her area. And they had stated that the case should not have even been brought into federal court, that it should have stayed in the state's jurisdiction because of where Cardi B claims her residency. I found that very, very interesting. I wish both parties all the best, and hopefully everything will turn out according to God's plan. Thank you, Wally.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye. And we got everybody calling to the Wiley Show. 7954, calling on the air.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. How you doing?
All right.
I just have a quick question regarding the Sullivan in 1964, regarding the Malice. I'm very aware that you just mentioned that he actually won the case, which is great. My question to you, if Tasha K was to actually appeal it, and wouldn't it be a problem for her that she actually knew that it was Malice when she had that recording with Lovely T that she secretly recorded, and she knew that it was a lie, and then went ahead and actually had that particular video in the courtroom, that would be considered as malice when she continued to go ahead and continue this particular lie? Wouldn't it be damage for her if she was to appeal it?
Listen, I can't speak on that because I'm not her attorney. That's a question that you do need to ask Tasha K attorneys. What I'm just quoting here and say, hey, it is a possibility of Tasha K actually winning this, because I quoted the New York Times Company versus Sullivan back in 1964, which Sullivan won that and trial, but then a New York Times appealed it and they won on an appeal basis. So that's a question that you would have to ask the lawyers. I don't know if they will answer it, but we definitely, once they file the appeal, we can see what they're going to be talking about, if this is going to get approved or not, because they can just reject it and say, no, we stand by the lower court decision, the federal court decision, and that's a possibility as well. But I'm saying in my heart of hearts, because I'm reading this Sullivan versus the New York Times case, I'm like, it's a possibility of Tasha K winning this appeal process. And if she do, this will be damaging towards Cardi B, and will make every YouTuber that spoke negatively about Tasha K, it makes them look weird, because Tasha K, in the long run, she won the war. Now, she have lost the battle, but we're talking about winning the war here. And I do personally believe that Tasha K will win the war.
Okay. That's all I had. I had that quick question because I was just curious behind that.
All right,
but thank you, Wiley.
All right, thank you. I'm not Tasha K attorney. All right, so I'm just a YouTube commentator. All right, because that's all I am. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a practicing attorney. I am a YouTube commentator. All right, 6100, call you on air.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Yes. The lady, about 3 calls back, she actually asked 80% of the questions that I wanted to ask you. But my one question is, so basically, I think this started off basically because Cardi B's husband, basically, he was community D. Basically, he was at the hotel with the girl doing her and all this stuff, and that's basically some of the things that was going on. And then Star came in, and she was doing the lie. So, and then the Cardi thing started. So anyway, my point is, so she was doing these stories on Stars like just all type of stars. Now, they never gave a reply or anything, cease and desist or anything. But Cardi decided that she would actually come after her, and basically it worked. Now, this thing with Star, they say, oh, she had mental problems. I'm so sorry for her. She shouldn't have done it. Now, if Tasha K knew that she had this, how does she know how severe her mental case was? And everybody doesn't know that. It could have been small. Just like you, Wiley, I don't mean to get all in your business. Don't you have like bipolar or something?
You said my business? Yes, I came out and I said that I have been diagnosed with bipolar. But we actually done videos about it. But where are you going with this?
Because what I'm saying, Wiley, is if you have that and you was to have a comment, if you was to talk to somebody, and then another commentator, something be like, oh, she should be ashamed of herself. He has bipolar, and she know that he had that, and she had no business talking to him, and he didn't take his medicine, or he didn't do that. You know, it's like, how was she supposed to know that you didn't take your medicine that day? You know, you understand what I'm saying?
I hear you, and we don't know where Cardi B is going on. We don't know. Was she on medicine? That was not. I know they said they came up with a treatment plan, so I don't know, because she was all on social media, going back and forth with people on social media. So I don't know, when did she take a break? Because she came out with WAP. It's many other things music that she came out with. So I don't know if she took a long break.
No, I'm talking about Star Marie. I'm talking about all the other.
Oh, you talking about something? I really can't speak about Star Marie.
They feel sorry for Star because Tasha K shouldn't have did that because she has mental problems.
I don't feel sorry for Star because Star did not say any of that when she came on Tasha K's show. She didn't say that I was going through, I was feeling bad. She wanted a story. She wants to go viral. She wants to be another Instagram thought. And it didn't happen for her. It happened for Cardi. So all it is saying what's going on with her health. She's saying that now. She wasn't saying that when she first came to Tasha K doorstep for an interview.
Right. Okay. Well, that's all I had to say, Wiley. So thank you very much.
No, thank you so much for calling in.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. The number is 646-716-8447. That is the number. We got a whole lot of people that's calling in. All right. 3480 calling you on air.
Hey, what's going on, Wiley?
Good morning.
Yeah, I was calling in because I just think Tasha K understands her business model. She want to drag one of these celebrities in the mud for clicks and views and attention, and it's just making her a lot of money. I was looking at the lead attorney, and he made mention of how much, YouTubers make. I mean, if she's pulling in close to 1 million subscribers, I mean, she made more than enough to pay off this lawsuit, and just making more fire, it's just grabbing more attention for her. So she's well aware of her business model and how to run it. And anybody thinking this is about race, accountability, any of those things, they way out yonder, because that's not what it's about. It's about her grabbing its attention and making that money, and the rest of the YouTubers are falling in line.
I agree. And if lead attorney was releasing his money of what he made, he said at 10,000 subscribers, he made $3,300 a month, 25,000, 10 grand, 50,000, 20 grand, 51,000 with 100,000 subscribers. And Tasha K got 1 million. So you could just estimate, come up with your own estimations that is 5 times or 10 times more than what the lead attorney is making.
You got Von Ray and Storm, all these guys coming up with these elaborate storylines. It's just really funny. But I enjoy the views. It's great. It's great. All right, bro.
All right, thank you, bro. Okay. 8221. Carly on air.
Hey, how you doing, Wiley?
Hi. I'm doing so well.
Okay. This is what I was thinking about. I heard that Carly said that she couldn't even have sex with Offset, or they were having some problems because of the rumor. I was thinking this: if they together, couldn't they fix that quick? Like, go to the doctor, blah blah blah, find out if it's true. The reason why I think you can't is because in reality, Cardi B didn't have a kid, so she didn't have medical insurance, right? So if you dancing and you're just a person in the hood who catch a disease like herpes and you get an outbreak, sometimes you don't even go to the doctor. And if she then got rich and got a new doctor and didn't have an outbreak like when she went to this new doctor, she could have not even had an outbreak since she got famous and went to the doctor at the same time. What if like her records are like at Planned Parenthood type stuff? Like, I don't think it's a way to really find out if you have herpes. That's what I'm saying. And I'm thinking that the reason why her and Offset might have been feeling like they were feeling is because they knew that deep inside. How can you say you don't have herpes if you admit that you having sex? Your boyfriend is being super reckless. They not immune to normal things. In the hood, from what my son's saying, all these girls around 20-something be having herpes now. Like, it's a big, big thing. So if Tasha has done research and seen that this is maybe she was even surprised, like, whoa, why is it saying she don't have it? Maybe that doctor really literally never had tested her and cultured a herpes. That's what I want to know. Is it true that you have to actually culture a herpes
I
to
can't
find out
speak.
if you got it?
One thing, I'm not a medical doctor. That's a question you ask your primary care physician, because I don't know. I don't have that. So I can't
That's
speak
what
on.
I'm hearing, but I'm like, I don't know if my doctor maybe been lying, but you
No,
can't.
you have to
And
talk to
she
speak
only had
to.
that doctor.
Okay. I'm just saying I can't speak on that at all because I don't know. I'm not a medical
I just
doctor. I'm
think
not a
that
nurse.
everybody talking about the Malice. I think they should probably be looking at the whole verdict of her not having herpes. I think it can't be proven. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that if the timing is off with the testing, you can't really prove something like that.
All right.
You
Thank
have
you.
to go when you have an outbreak.
All right. Thank you. Thank
That's
you,
what I'm
sis.
saying.
Thank you so very much. Okay. Oh man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That woman said, I'm not gonna repeat it. I'm gonna move on. 2074, Carly on air.
Hi, Wally. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
I have a question. Regarding Storm Marie, she did mention that Cardi lied on her and told the strip club she had herpes and got her fired from her job. So wouldn't that be defamation as well against Storm Marie? And can't they subpoena Storm Marie to, to come
That
to court
is
and
something
testify?
Star Marie will have to sue. I'm just assuming Cardi B. And then she will have to prove that she lost the job, and probably all the people probably not even in the same business or in the same town. So she would have to do that and prove that and have a case. But I don't think they can use that for this case, because this case is between Tasha and Cardi.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's a similar case. I'm saying, like, how can Cardi sue for defamation for something similar that she caused somebody else and that person actually lost their job?
She filed,
it's
just like every American citizen have the right to file a case, and they feel, she got a team of lawyers, and they filed, and now we are right here talking about the appeal process and where it's going to go. So do you think that Tasha K is going to win this appeal process, or do you don't think she's going to lose?
I hope she wins because I think the judge overstepped himself as far as the fees and the charges. And I really believe somebody mentioned before that he may have grandkids who are Cardi B fans. I really believe that too. I really believe when it comes to judges, old judges and things like that, their grandkids can influence some of their decisions. And Cardi B is popular with the kids, so they probably pressure him to put the heat on to put the heat on Tasha K. I really believe that. And also, I really believe Cardi B, it ain't my business, but I really believe she does have it. She did have it. I believe money can buy anything. Money can buy a negative herpes diagnosis as well.
All
But
right.
I think they should still subpoena. They should subpoena Storm Marie for her experience with Cardi B, because Storm Marie did say she stand on her word that she saw what she saw with Cardi B as far as the medicine for herpes and things like that. So
All right.
I really believe it.
All right.
That's
Thank
all.
you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, wow. Wow. The views and opinions of the callers are not the views and opinions of Wiley, because I do want to say, as a legal note, Cardi B did take a test and it came out that she do not have herpes. So I do want to do that. That is our legal note. Okay. Anonymous, you live on air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, Wiley?
I'm nice.
Listen, now Kwame Brown made good sense. Okay, he's about another one that's, taking up too for Tasha K. And not only just really taking up for him, but the statement he was saying was like, look, stuff like this happened. They just went in on him talking about LeBron James' son in a dress. Okay, I ain't gonna go there, but he was just he's taking a lot of hits from that. He's saying people gonna talk they mess. Let them talk. And another thing with Cardi B, she put herself out here with Symphony and Payola. She been crying since that video. That's still rotating about how she did those men and whoever else she did. She put herself in a lot of this stuff. And as far as Tasha K money, it's sad out here in these streets. I mean, they up here acting a fool like we got a new black president in the house. They too busy worried about how Tasha K gonna pay Cardi B. But I'm glad they looking into it, going to court. Take it all the way. Because people should have their right to be able to say what she's been saying. Cardi B, you put yourself out there. You've been talking about yourself. And then it's so sad how you say you're going to do your man if he cheat on you. I wonder if she did Offset like that. Like she was talking about in that car she was riding, talking about how she going to, you know what I'm saying, put some in his drink and then go in on her man. I wonder if she did Offset like that. He was out here messing with Summer. What's her name, Summy Bunny, whatever her name is, Summer Bunny. Yeah, her. I mean, so many women out there he done messed around with. And she was saying that how, Tasha K was the problem of her doing that dude with her husband. That's a lie. And she know it. But she Symphony and Payola again on that stand crying like she was crying in that video. You know what I mean? No, I'm not going for it. And I'll be glad when it all coming out. And I'm not giving, I'm going to call her SM, no clout, because that's what she out here in these streets trying to get that clout. And you have a good day. Okay.
All right. Thank you so very much. I do want to have another legal note. We do not know if Offset is cheating as of right now.
No, that's then. I'm talking about then.
Oh,
not now.
I don't know
what
okay.
Doing now, but back then, them girls ain't lying on
okay.
him. I know, Wally, they ain't lying on him. They can tell you the color of it, and when they pull up, I ain't gonna go there.
I just want to make a legal note that I can confirm or deny that he cheated. Okay. But we thank you, caller, so very much for calling in. 0432, caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Wiley. How are you? I'm so glad I got a chance to get on here and
Thank
speak with you because I don't have a question. I have statements.
Okay.
The last lady stated, okay, well, they've been talking about Carly B and something's wrong with her mentally, and she can't have sex with her husband. Plus, she had her baby. Her baby's only 4 months old, okay? And then everybody's worried about Tasha K. I'm a Tasha K fan. I like Carly B. I just don't like when she opens her mouth, okay? But I'm a Tasha K fan. I love Tasha K. What she said is dope. And I feel that all you guys are YouTubers, you should be pulling with her. I hear Storm, he don't really talk about her, but he say little things here and there, and she started him. Last night I was watching a show with Claudia Jordan, and I think his name is Funky Diva. He's been to Tasha's cellar, her wine cellar, and the statement he made about her last night, I thought that was wrong. Us as Black people need to start pulling together. Look out here. When Tasha K and Cardi B is in the court, Cardi B is like a Caucasian, okay? Tasha K is Afro-American. We have to pull it together. When Black Lives Matter got together and all this stuff started to change, we had to change, right? And it's still changing, correct? Okay? But you guys, as bloggers, I love you guys, and I love you. I think you're a sweetheart. I think all of us, the bloggers, the subscribers as myself, we need to get together and pull with Tasha K. Because Tasha K is about her money. I'm with her. I'm about that money too. She knows her stuff. No one should be talking bad about her because she's standing her ground. She's doing just like Harriet Tubman did when she carried those people through the train station in Georgia. She's standing her ground. She's about her business. And another thing I want to say, I know about the diseases and everything because I'm in the medical field. I ain't going to tell you what medical field I am, but I'm very up there high. I'm getting ready to tell you right now. Okay, if they tested her during the trial recently, last 3 weeks, they're not going to determine whether she got herpes or not. When she has a breakout, only a breakout is they're going to be able to tell. If they would have took a test of her when she had a breakout back then when the girl said she had herpes, they would have known she had herpes. You only detect herpes, it's in the bloodstream. You only can detect herpes when you have a breakout. She probably had it. It comes maybe every year, every 4 years, whenever. It comes in, I mean, you can get a boiler down there. You can get something on your lip, something on your hand, or somewhere on your face. And down in the bottom, in the woman's, in the front part of the woman's vagina.
Okay.
That's when you know herpes. But as far as just testing her 3 weeks ago while y'all was in court, you're not going to know that. Okay. And then if she had problems sleeping with her husband, how did she get a baby that's 4 months old? Hello.
Okay. I do have I do have a legal note that she did test and that the judge seen the test and proved that she did not have it. That is a legal note that I have that I do want to read to the people, to the 865 folks that we do have.
I heard.
Okay. Are you a medical doctor? Are you a medical doctor?
Yes, this is why I'm telling you this. I'm a registered nurse.
Okay, you're a registered nurse.
Getting ready to take my bar exam for attorney.
Oh, okay, the attorney. Okay, all right.
Exactly. I'm getting ready to take my bar exam in about 3 weeks.
Oh, congratulations!
I'm already a registered nurse. Yeah, thank you very much. I stand behind Tasha K. I don't hate Cardi B, but I stand behind Tasha K. Cardi B has some things she says out of her mouth, which is not good. She was already melted from the beginning. Just a month ago, I saw her on the stage jumping on two people on VH1. That girl is crazy.
All right. Well,
okay.
We thank you, sis.
Tasha K needs to appeal. If Tasha K appeals, she's going to win. And I stand Tasha K need to keep on because she's the highest paid blogger. She knows what she's doing. And let me say something about lead attorney. Lead attorney needs to keep his mouth closed because I think he's in the closet. He needs to keep his mouth closed. And if listen, I would give you my number. Tell Tasha K to call me. I got some information for her. Lead attorney need to stay off the blog talking about Tasha K, and all the other bloggers that's talking about Tasha K. They need to leave Tasha K alone because the girl is about her business. And yes, I'm one of her winos. I love Tasha K. She's about her business and she's getting the job done. And all you guys, female, male, whoever you want to be, mixed or whatever, you need to stand with her. That's what's wrong with Afro-Americans to this day. We don't stand together. We do not stand together. And if we stand together, we can move mountains, okay? That's what we do. We can move mountains. Look at your ancestors when they was coming up and didn't even have the technology we have today. They moved mountains, okay? And they didn't have no type of knowledge like we have today. There was no lawyers back then. I come from a family of lawyers, okay?
All right.
And
thank
that's
you,
all
sister.
I have to say.
Okay.
If you got my number, give it to Tasha K. Tell her to call me.
Okay. Will do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think you're a sweetheart and you keep on doing what you're doing. Okay?
All right,
and just remember this. Let me tell you this. Do not answer any legal questions because you're just putting yourself in jeopardy.
All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I do have a legal note that we do not know if the lead attorney is LGBT. Okay, we do not know. We know he is a man that does his platform. He never came out and said who he sleep with in the bedroom. So the Wiley Show do not know who the lead attorney sleep with in the bed. Okay, the only person that we know who sleep in the bed is the Wiley Show. I know who I sleep in the bed with. So we don't know if the lead attorney is sleeping with a man. I do want to say that for the record. 7427 caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Okay, so yesterday I was your last call on your live, and then it got cut off because I think Streamline was messing up. So I'm
Yes.
back, and
Okay.
I wanted to.
Welcome.
I wanted to say. Go ahead.
I was just saying, welcome.
Thank you. I love your show. Honestly, let's start here. I started listening to you because of Tasha K and Storm and them. I didn't know about you, but I'm glad I did, and you're great. I think that you need to continue, and I respect what you're doing. Every time someone says something, you're putting it out there that that's not what the intent. That's how it's supposed to be. So that's good. So what I want to say is, Star Marie, I saw that interview a few years ago, and me and Tasha K, both our sons are the same age. So I was pregnant when she was doing her podcast, just like she was. I would say this, when I seen that, I was like, wow. I was like, this girl got the nerve, not Tasha, Star. She got the nerve to go and talk about somebody's, sexual background or whatever, sexual history. That's not cool. Now, I get it. It seemed like they had their little issue and this and that, and it's not worth it. Like it seemed like she was doing that to take her down, and she, like you said, for her to be the one that outed Cardi B. I'm not saying that the comments that Cardi B makes is cool. It's shot out. I have never seen that in my life, and it's funny to me. And I hate to bring race in, but I have to be honest. I'm a brown-skinned woman. I have to be honest. When we say certain things like that, we're ridiculed. We're disrespected. We're pushed down on the ground. But when Cardi does it, or somebody like her does it, they glorify it. So it's kind of like Star was giving her the same dose of her own medicine of what you're doing. It's kind of like the same thing. So to me, I think Tasha K got caught up in that. And I wish you can hear me and say this, because I like Tasha K. I like Storm. I like you. I like Conscious TV. Like I was telling you, I listen to all of y'all. Y'all all have y'all different personalities. Y'all all bring different things to the table. But what I can say is I feel like Tasha got caught up in it. And I respect her for standing her ground no matter what the situation is. I agree with that medical professional. I'm a medical professional. I can tell you I'm not a doctor. I'm a medical assistant. I'm going to say it. And I've tested people too. And I can tell you straight up, like she said, and I'm not a doctor, but I'm telling you, like she said, you cannot show up herpes in a urine sample, or like she said, if you don't have an outbreak, it's not going to come up. I know that from my own personal experience. I've been a medical assistant since I was 20. I'm 31 now. I've seen a lot where I had a patient and she had a situation, and I was just doing her history, and she told me what she had, and I'm like, I couldn't even tell because I didn't test her the right way, which is a blood test. So with that being said, yes, there's a lot of ways you can get around. Let's put it like this. If you are in a situation like that and you have the money to say, I don't want my business out there, can y'all please cover it up for me? And I'm just using that word loosely. I'm saying that to say, yes, you can do that. I'm not saying that that's what she did, Cardi. I'm saying that it is possible. It is very possible. I've seen a lot of things working in a medical clinic, schools, doctors. I've seen a lot of things. So I can tell you it is that easy. And, to the trial, I want Tasha K to go through with her appeal. Stand your ground. If you want to stand in it, stand in your ground like she's doing. That response that she did when she was wearing a white, I felt it. Like me and her have been girlfriends forever. Like I felt it. I felt what she was trying to say. The machine is a real thing, especially against us dark folks. I don't care if anybody got something to say. Oh, it's not about colorism. Y'all got to understand. Of course it's not going to be put out there like that. Of course it's not. But at the same time, that's the underlining of it. You think about it, if both of them were both brown-skinned people, would it be this way, and so much coverage and so much drama?
All right, thank you,
think
caller.
it would be this way?
All right, I hear you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the next caller.
All right.
All right. Somebody sent a super chat in and said it's a lot of doctors calling in this morning. Thank you, Miss Parker. Oh man, thank you also to Queen Extreme for your super chat. Let's go to the next caller. 7007.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Wally. How are you?
Doing wonderful.
Good. So, one question I hear we hypothesizing about if Tasha wins the case, her appeal, and you're right. Appeals are there, and a process is there, so everyone can feel like they get their just due. So I'm asking you, what if Tasha loses the appeal? What does that say? Because we're hypothesizing about if she wins. Tell me, if she loses, what does that say to you?
Oh, if she loses, that's gonna be on her. You know? Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. So I the same energy we're talking about. If she wins, is XYZ. All these people need to apologize. All this needs to happen. Then if she loses, oh, it's just on her.
If she loses, she loses. She had to pay the money, but we shall see how this is gonna go. Yeah. Any other questions you had?
That's the other question I had. That's one question I had for you.
Okay.
And then the other question I had this morning is, I hear, when do you believe the court records are going to be released, the actual court records?
I don't know.
To say everything out. And
I have to double check it and see in my files and see if it's probably already been released. So I'm gonna double check.
And are you? And when that happens, are you going to go through the testimony on your show?
I may do that.
Okay, because I just wanted to say, because then having all these people keep calling in saying, well, if this and this, if you have the records there and you go through it, you can debunk some of the mystical or the thoughts. And what you're doing today is very brilliant. I love these legal notes that you have. So at least one thing I've seen since this court case has happened is that there is a change in how people are doing their blogs. And I think that's a great thing, because I think what you're doing right now is excellent. Trying to make sure people understand what you're feeling. I think that's beautiful.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we're going to take one more caller, and that's it. All right. Dang, it's so many of y'all. 9675.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
That's good. Well, I'm calling in, like everyone else is calling in about the case, and I think that you're doing a wonderful job, in detailing about what happened. But here's my thing: is that I watched the Tasha K segment, and I've watched it before. And, some of the things she was saying, I was kind of, thrown off by it, because all the years she was speaking on Cardi B and what she had and this and that and everything, saying to myself is that when you're talking about someone's personal life, and all you can say is my source, and allegedly. And, anyone knows that the word allegedly means maybe it's a lie, maybe it's truth. And you cannot just fabricate lies like that on someone. And now I hear everybody talking about the race. Oh, Cardi B is not black, this or that. And, we got to stop going to that narrative all the time, because if Cardi B is not black, this or that, then who made Cardi B rich? Buying her records, going to her concerts, all different races helped to make her rich. So if you didn't care anything about her race then, why is her race now becoming a known factor? And, and talking about the herpes virus, and like I said, everyone wants to be a doctor now, but there is a test called a PCR test. I'm 55 years old, been in the medical field 35 years. There's a PCR test that you can take, and they take the fluid from your spine to prove that you have HIV, you have herpes, or any STD. So there's a proven factor that they can prove that you have herpes without the breakout. And if you want to read about that, hello?
I'm listening. I'm not a doctor, and I would definitely talk to my doctor about it for that.
Yeah, but you can look it up. You
Okay.
can Google that. But my thing is this. I just want to say this. If we so concerned with race, what race is this a race thing? Tasha K being black and Carly B being another race and everything. You go to the factor of Beyonce. Her mom says she's not black. They used to be a slave owner and this and that. You go to so many known factors when her dad said he only married the mom because the mom was white. He did a Vogue interview on that. So this is not a black and white thing. It's only become a black and white thing when we as African Americans want to start drama and want to keep up mess. This here has gone too far. I listened to what Tasha K said the other night. There was no remorse. There was no regret or anything. If you have this much money to lose and everything, it should have been better. It should have been better. What she read should have been so much better. It should have been more remorseful and everything, but it was not. It was not. You do not tear a person down like that and then expect to win. And I'm saying that to a lot of bloggers because my nephew was a YouTuber.
Okay.
And he became a celebrity. Let me say this. He became a celebrity in
Okay.
2015. This young man was 23 years old, got bashed so bad by social media, by bloggers, he took his life.
Oh wow. I'm so sorry to hear that.
He took his life. You don't know when you say these things about people, you don't know their mental status. You only know what a source will say. This source will come and tell you this. This source will come and tell you this or that. And those people are not always correct unless you see it with your eyes and hear verbatim with your own ears. You better not bag on that because you will get sued. And
All
this
right,
word
thank you, caller.
allegedly that everybody's using on social media, on YouTube, the bloggers, there's going to be a law against that where you can't use that word unless you reveal your source.
All right. Well,
So
thank
you got to
caller.
be careful now.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Okay, you have a great day.
Thank you so very much. She said it's going to be a law against using allegedly. Y'all believe that? So it's going to be up to your congresswoman. All right. Or congressman or senate. All right, 4756.
Hey, Wiley, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
That's good. That's good. So, I want to talk about the case, of course, and I do think Tasha K does have. I think she can win the appeal if she has the right attorney, first of all, and they do their due diligence as far as what I'm saying with the evidence and everything. Now, when I was listening to Nick at Night last night, of course, watching the Star Marie interview, Star Marie said something, and so did Nick, that like, hey, that's absolutely correct. Which Star Marie said, she never spoke on Cardi B's The JJ, but she only spoke on what she seen, which was the Monistat 7 over in the corner. Also, Meek was trying to say, that she said it, but she was like, no, I never spoke on Cardi's The JJ. All I spoke was on what I seen. And Meek was like, but you insinuated. And I was like, she insinuated. I said neither Star Marie nor Tasha K actually came out their mouths and said that Cardi had the hurt. They were insinuating. I know Tasha. Tasha, she's going to try to get you to say, that somebody, say what she wants you to say. But Star Marie didn't say that. She was just insinuating. Insinuation is not actually admitting or saying, that somebody has the hurt. That's two totally different things. Okay? That's what everybody gets, confused when it comes to that. Neither one on that interview 4 years ago said that Cardi had the hurt, but they were insinuating. Star Marie was insinuating. Okay, so I think she do have a chance to win if she come with all her evidence and all her ducks in a row. I do. Okay. Also, with her income, there's a video right now on YouTube that a Caucasian YouTuber put out about Tasha K and her how much she makes off of YouTube. That video only got 24,000 views, and he uploaded it last month. Nobody has watched that video. And when the lead attorney was explaining how much, Tasha K may be making on YouTube, so the one YouTuber that I watched, he was actually close and on point about how much he makes just from YouTube and her sponsors. Okay? And everybody else still gets us confused. If you've been a day one wino, you know that YouTube is not Tasha K's only income. I'm sorry. But she does make a pretty good, decent amount of money a yearly on YouTube. But that's not all she has. Me and you both know that. Wiley, come on now.
That's the truth.
We know Tasha. We know that's not the only thing that she has. So everybody's focused on how much she's making on YouTube and blah, 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 and all this and everything like that. Please, Tasha K is a millionaire. Okay, let's just put that out there. I don't know how many millions she got, but she's definitely a millionaire. Okay? And even if she has to pay restitution or whatever, if she doesn't win the appeal, okay, I feel like she does have enough to pay that restitution and still be afloat. And the one caller that said, leave Tasha K alone, stop making all these videos. This is what Tasha K lives for. She knows that all these videos out here talking about her and stuff like that, because guess what? That generates views and subscribers to her, whether they're negative or not. She knows this. Tasha K is sitting back and watching everybody talk about her. Remember about 2 years ago, she had about 100 YouTubers talking about her? Well, now she has over about I'll say 300 people doing a story on YouTube, just on YouTube. And I'm not talking about the other media outlets. I'm just talking about on YouTube that is talking about Tasha K and this case. Tasha K knows what she's doing.
All right. We thank
she
you.
Knows
so
about the bad publicity, So
we thank you.
That's all I want to say.
Thank you, sus.
No
all right. Thank you so much becoming a member. Somebody became a member. Thank you so very much, Wickens. Hope I'm saying your last name right. Thank you for becoming a member. Okay, let's go. We're gonna extend it for a little minute. 1588, call you on air. 1588.
Wally.
Yes.
I have to say this. You see, I think they call hypocrite.
You
deceitfulness.
Said what? Wait. What'd you say?
You see, hypocrite and deceitfulness, it does not pay. Could you remember when Cardi B was in New York? She took a cab. She pulled down her pants in the cab, sitting. She didn't have on no underwear. She was so bold-faced. She tell the cab driver, you go ahead driving. I want my pussy to air out. And when he don't drop her,
whoa.
No. Don't say whoa.
Language. Whoa. Let's have a legal note. I do not know about the cab drive or her airing out her yoni. Let's say yoni. I do not know. Right. I was not there. So go ahead, caller.
And he had it to say between her legs was smelling terrible. You understand? He said it. Plus, that same person, Stammery, said when she and Cardi B was sharing the room, they went out and they went in a hotel and they had a threesome with some man. And the man said the same thing. Between her legs smelled disgusting. What happened? All they just forget? I don't forget at all. I could go on and on. Okay?
I'm listening to you.
When coming to Cardi B, people are very hypocrite. And I other think about it saying, watch how much thing they said about Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was pregnant. They reach so far, they say, they're praying for her because they didn't want her to make her girl. Because if they make her girl and she's going on tour, She frightened for that girl baby. Come
Yes.
on.
Yes.
Come on. Come on. She never said, oh, she going to therapy. And again, she was pregnant. She was about to make her baby. Eh? Because how much thing they drag Nicki Minaj. She never sued nobody. Eh? People is too hypocrite. People is too hypocrite when coming to Cardi B. I didn't like that one. I didn't like that one at all. But if I was Tasha, keep fighting. Keep fighting.
Keep fighting.
You understand?
Yes,
fighting.
yes, we definitely believe on
Keep
that.
fighting.
Yes. We thank you.
And if you realize, you see the blogger they call Star? I love he too bad. He like to drink and smoke that just in front for people to feel he's so damn stupid. He don't have a sense. You hear what he say? Tasha, anytime you're ready or want help, I have one set of files for you. Come on. It getting sweeter, Wiley. It getting sweeter. 6 cents out of nonsense. You notice Cardi B making plenty noise again? She regret what she do. She regret it. She regret it. You hear what Storms? You hear what Star say? Big Amrit? I is a effing snitch.
Okay.
I don't show you under the bus. I just show you in front of the train.
Yes.
So you know that.
Okay.
I've gone. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. Oh, man. You from Trinidad? Are you from Trinidad?
Yes. The same curry chicken lady. She's speaking to you.
Yes. Well, thank you, sister, calling in.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We gonna go to the next caller. Wow. 9054.
Yes, I wanted to say that Tasha didn't have any problem when she was reporting the story, even after receiving cease and desist letters. So I don't think that Tasha is sorry. I heard the speech that she gave the other day. I don't think that she's sorry. I think she's sorry she's got caught. There is a difference. Because the fact that now you're trying to file an appeal, she's going to spend more money on the appeal than she would if she would just go ahead and pay that lady money. Because, see, she still has to pay the lawyers to file the appeal. So, see, some people would rather cut their nose off to spite their face. She's going to pay the lawyers more money. And in the end, she's not innocent. It would be different if she was innocent and you're filing an appeal. You actually said what you said, and that's why you were brought under fire. It wasn't like you didn't say it. You really did say it, and you kept saying it even after receiving the cease and desist letters. I mean, people are defending her like she's innocent and she don't have a dog in the fight. No, ma'am, you did what you said. It's time to accept responsibility, because all I see for her is losing much more. I mean, so far, I think she's lost about 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, or maybe more, but she's going to lose much more money if she just doesn't go ahead and pay the lady. So that's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Okay. 0432. 0432. 0432. 0432. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Mr. Wiley. I called you earlier. Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you tell me down the back? Meet me in the back?
I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah, I called you earlier, Mr. Wiley. I was the one telling you that have Tasha K to call me. But what I was saying is that dentist guy and Tasha had some issues sometime back. So that dentist guy don't like Tasha, so he gonna say every negative thing he can about her. And he's too old for that. He needs to go retire.
All right. We thank you so much for that. Thank you, sis. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. 8930.
Hello.
Hi. You live on the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. How are you?
All right.
Okay. Here's my thing here. TK has fought, but for what the courts did to her was over excessive. And I believe it's a systemic issue within the courts. And not only that, Cardi B is a public figure, and it may have something to do surrounding some political as well, and to be used as a way to silence a lot of YouTubes, to censor and silence them when it comes to free speech and speaking on some of these public figures. So, and I do believe, as I speak, when Tasha K goes to her appeal court, I do believe she does have a chance to win that appeal. Although within that, I think she will be held liable to pay some damages, but not to the extent in what they gave Cardi B. So,
all right. All right. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Okay. We got the last caller here. We're done. 4695, you live on air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's my only off day, so it's your favorite piano teacher calling.
Okay.
So I had a question for you. Have you ever received a cease and desist?
Have I ever? I have.
And did you stop immediately when you got it, or you kept going?
I don't remember. It's been so long. It's been so long. That was when I was
So
doing
that means
virtual
you probably didn't. You probably listened. I was just curious if you've received one, too, being on YouTube. So yeah, I just feel bad all around for both parties, but at the same time, I saw someone in the chat too say Cardi is a bully. And I think she is. I think 1 minute you want to throw shoes at people, then the next minute you want to take YouTubers to court. I wish Nikki would have had time to take her to court for throwing that shoe. But she didn't.
Oh,
Since
man.
he's going to court over petty stuff. But I don't feel bad for Cardi B. If anything, I feel bad just for what's out there because, I mean, I have friends, I know people, I have friends that are doctors and stuff, and I know how that affects people. So just this being brought up, I know how traumatic that can be for some people. And so it just seems like it's just all a circus if it's not true. But again, I don't feel bad for Cardi only because of all her antics online, how she bullies people. Isn't it the girl Black Tea Blog or something? She put her address out there. She does all these things to people under her. But, you know, I want someone bigger or that has more money to keep the same energy the next time she does something. And I hope she's listening because she's nothing but a bully.
All right. Well, we thank you for your opinion.
All right. Bye, Wiley.
Bye-bye. Oh, so one more caller called it before I end the line. 2240.
Hi, Wiley.
Hey.
I was just listening on the show. Excuse me. Last night when I was listening to the Neek interview with Star Marie, for me, it really further, it increased my opinion on why I think Tasha should appeal. Because Star was talking about, how I guess she originally went on the platform because she said that her and Cardi got into altercation where Cardi kicked her and that she was being bullied and harassed. And it was really her who made the accusation. So I guess I don't really understand, people are saying that Tasha lied or that Tasha knew it was a lie. How would Tasha know that it was a lie? And Star Marie, even when she was doing the Neek at Night interview, she doubled down. She said that Cardi was harassing her. She was being bullied, that she was beaten, even though she said that she regret going on the Tasha K show. I think it's because the herpes allegation really overshadowed really what was happening, because her initial intent was to basically protect herself going on, speaking out on Tasha K's platform. So people are saying that Tasha lied. I mean, she didn't really lie. She repeated this, rumor, but it was Star Marie who was the one who was saying it. And Star Marie is saying that she believed this to be true. So I think that interview is, a key piece in her appealing. So I really feel like that she has a good chance of winning. Furthermore, like when I thought about, the judge, I know there was a couple callers back saying that the judge was just giving his honorable opinion, but a judge is not supposed to influence the decision. And a lot of the tactics and things that he was doing in the courtroom with Olga could have possibly influenced the jury, and it could have even intimidated her as a lawyer. So his opinion was that Tasha wasn't going to win, and it really demonstrated that he was doing a lot of tactics to really influence that decision. Even if there were things that he felt that Olga was doing wrong, he could have taken her in her, the chambers, but not like openly scold her and make fun of her in the courtroom. So I think Tasha has a really good case. And I pray that she does, look into other attorneys. The public said that about Monique. When Monique came out and said that she was being discriminated against, they tore her to pieces, made fun of her, and she won. So I think this is going to be interesting. On the other hand, 3.8 million, I don't think it's a lot of money. Cardi B went all out to get like expert witnesses and stuff like that. So, that's probably just covering the cost of those things. So
all right.
I think I'm excited that Tasha is going to, appeal this.
Well, thank you so very much for calling in. All right, y'all. We've been live going on almost 3 hours. We want to thank everybody for coming through for 2 hours. Make sure y'all check the video out. Leave us a comment and tell me how we did. We do believe that Tasha K is going to win in this appeal process. We do believe it 100% that she's going to win it. We believe it in our heart. We definitely will keep y'all updated on all information that we're going to get. Okay, we will see y'all in the next live. We may even go live later on today. I need to go to sleep because I just got off work. So I need to give me some sleep. But thank you so very much, producers. Love y'all. We'll see y'all in the next live. Peace. All right. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, The Wiley Show. Follow me on Stacey at The Wiley Show. And also, if you want to sponsor or if you have a business you want us to promote your show, on the show, you can definitely email me at wileyshow@gmail.com. Peace.